My friend, what's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up? What's up? How's it going, Tar? We live, y'all. Welcome, welcome. How
Oh,
you doing?
friend, I'm doing well. Come on, come on, come on, come on. My brother from another mother. What's going on
Man,
with
we've been
you?
waiting for this day for a minute, y'all. You just don't. I understand. This has been long and coming.
Okay, listen. Before we get started, we have to let the crowd know. So, listen, folks, I got to let you guys know. First and foremost, thank you for joining Women of a Particular Age and also joining Xavier LaRue Entertainment, which is Keeping It Real with Millie Mill, my friend
What's
Jamil.
up? Yes.
Okay, we go together. We here. Now, before I get started, there's something that I have to tell Jamil, you guys, that you guys don't know nothing about. Now, just so you guys know, when I got married, Jamil came to my wedding. And on that day, there was everything was together, but there was a little bit of disarray. And I loved it that Jamil came to the wedding, put his stuff down, and joined in like he was folks, like he was family. He came in, whatever he needed to do, if it was flowers, if it was putting something on the table. So Jamil, just to be honest with you,
Uh-huh.
I've been wanting to tell you that for a long period of time. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming in,
you. Thank
helping
you.
without me having to tell you that. You just did that on GP like a friend. I
It's
appreciate you. I love you. Thank you so much for doing that.
Thank you, thank you. It's just that's how I am. I'm a natural servant, and it's just a gift actually from God. And I know how stressful anybody's celebration can be, especially a wedding. And if I could make it less stressful, that was my goal. So let me get in where I fit in, and people already know I've been in the kitchen at weddings cooking. I've been, and I'm supposed to be a guest, and I'm here working.
You a mess. You
But
was
no,
a
I
mess.
wanted to make sure your day went off without a hitch, and it was such a beautiful day that day. It just was an amazing day. So you're welcome from the bottom of my heart.
Awesome. I thank you, friend. I just wanted to tell you that because I've been wanting to tell you that for the longest of time. Because I
Uh,
was like, my friend helped me with this. And
right.
I was like,
You like
okay, okay.
okay.
All right. So now, Jamil, come on. Now let's let them know. I know that, listen, we here today to talk about our R&B cuts. Let them know,
Hmm.
Jamil. Okay, let them know. Okay, about the cuts. Now, these are the musics that we grew up with. There's
Yes.
certain specific ones that really touched us. So we wanted to make sure that we shared them with you.
Now
Okay.
let me give them a little bit of a backstory to how this even came about today with this specific topic.
Please,
It goes
please.
back to the wedding when we were all at work and she was trying to get her song list together. And anybody who knows Mill is I'm an old school R&B fanatic. Like even in high
Hello.
school, they're like, "Why are you listening to this old school music?" Because it's real music. It gave
Right.
you a feeling. Me
Mm-hmm.
with her just going through songs that she could put on her playlist, and I was like, "Why don't we just go ahead and talk again about our favorite songs and let y'all know like what it meant to us, especially with this song and why we chose this song."
Hello. Hello.
Right.
All right. All right. So we about to get into it. So now, folks, listen. Please don't get angry with us because we did get songs, but we can only play snippets because we do
Right.
not want to get copyright infringement.
We do
Okay.
not
So
own the
just want to
rights
let
to
you
this
guys
music.
know that. Okay. So we're going to give you snippets of it. So we'll
Yes.
we'll let. I'm going to play the first one, and Jamil will explain what the first one is and what it means to him. Give us a
Yes.
moment, okay?
Never said that maybe someday he'd say.
All right. Now the first one
Okay.
is composition. Jamil, please come on.
Yes, that Anita Baker composition. If you guys don't know about that album, phenomenal. That the album actually was released in 1990. And at that time I was a kid, and remember as a kid just listening to that song, vibing. I thought it just had a really good groove. Never really paid attention to the words, just loved the song.
Yes.
So right before you and I started working together at Cedars, a lot of that, like she didn't know, and a lot of you don't know, I was in a relationship prior to working at Cedars. It was my first long distance relationship,
Yes.
and it ended abruptly. I ended up leaving the job that I was at prior, and which blessed me in order to go two seaters. You know, it all was in a blessing. But those first few weeks after the breakup, it was hard. Like I had never
Yeah.
understood when people say they were so depressed and so heartbroken
Yes.
that all they saw was gray. Like I didn't see any color. And I
Yes.
remember one of my cousins was in town from Canada, and like it was just I had this painted smile on my face, and I'm just dying inside. Like I can't even really mentally connect with you guys here. And with that being said, like every song that I would listen to, because we had a lot of playlists, a lot of the same similar music, that every song reminded me of that relationship. And I was like, oh my God, I can't
Right.
listen to anything. Surprisingly, that song one day came on, and when I really started to listen to the words, and is this one part that resonates with me where she says, you know, they'll never tell you that you a curse, scream, and lie. And I'm like, oh my God, that is true. Like you think as a kid, I'm thinking of fairy tale. Like
Mm,
I've always been a hopeless romantic, and that's gonna come up in some other songs too that we talk about today. But I've always been a hopeless romantic, and I always wanted that love, and I just couldn't wait to
yes.
feel that fairy tale love.
Yes.
And you know, as kids, they don't prepare you for those heartaches and that
That's
person to
right.
lie and to cheat
Yeah.
and to do things that you would never expect them to do because you love them
That's
so
right.
much, you know?
Yeah.
And even with me, like I've had some difficult people I've dated, but I've never been one who was vindictive and wanted to get back
Ooh.
at you. I let life get back at you and sit back and watch.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
So
That's
that's
right.
why, like now, that song holds a different meaning, you know. And plus, I mean, we got to give it to the Queen Anita Baker. We give her flowers, but I still think she needs more recognition because she can deliver a song in a way where you feel that all the way in your bones, like every bone is
She does.
vibrating. You know, and you believe whatever story that she's telling you.
That's
So
right.
that is why I chose "Fairy Tales" by Anita Baker.
Okay. All right. Well, then let's
All right,
listen,
Carl,
you
what
guys.
you got for us?
I want y'all to know that I chose Anita Baker as well, but I'm gonna play a
Mhm.
little bit and then we're gonna talk about it. Now, as soon as you hear that, everybody knows Angel. Everybody knows Angel. That's Anita Baker. That's from the Songstress album, and that was released in 1983. The reason why that song resonates with me
Mm,
is because when I was growing up, it was something about Anita. She reminds me of that auntie that you have
yeah,
that
yeah,
sits down and schools you, and
yep.
she's very melodic in how she sings.
Hmm.
And if people don't just pay attention to the songs, pay attention to the words because she's actually schooling you.
She does
She's
school you.
actually schooling you.
That's the perfect
Really.
phrase. Yeah, yeah.
So from
Mother
this
and
time,
Auntie Anita get you together real quick.
that's right. And hey, and I've heard in real life
Mm,
she will gather you.
yeah, we've all
Okay,
heard
I've
those
heard she will
stories.
gather you. Okay. And just for me, because I was like 13 years old, I was just coming into my own.
Hmm.
And to hear this and to be in my first like little crush,
Hmm.
and then fairy tales came in after that. That's
Right.
what I'm gonna leave it right there. Okay.
But Angel, that's an all-time classic. I mean, you just automatically want to close your eyes and just start swaying to it, or
Mhm.
you
Listen,
know,
just imagine being in a car. Okay,
right. I was just gonna say that, like
now be
driving up
with
the
me.
coast.
Yeah. Now just be with me because you California now. Listen. Now
Right.
just imagine you got your eyes closed. Okay, you
Hmm.
got your eyes closed, and you going down to 101. And
Hmm.
then the windows is low, whether you got
Hmm.
you got a drop top or not, and
Right.
then that song on, the wind is blowing, you're with somebody who you love.
Total
Oh,
atmosphere. Total atmosphere.
woo,
Oh,
stop
I mean,
playing.
you got to grab that hand and y'all got to
Yes.
ride. And I can't sing. Now, everybody knows I can't sing. I'm the first one to admit it. But boy, in that car, I sound just like
Okay.
that record.
Okay. And let me tell you something, my favorite part. Ask me to go with you.
Yes.
You know I will. Oh
You
my
shouldn't have
God.
to clown like that. She did not the
Okay,
clown like that.
you know she be clowning when she doing that. I'm like,
Man, oh my God. She is
okay.
the best. I love it. I love it.
No, she's the best. She's the best. I have everything that Anita has made. Everything that she has, I
Yeah.
have it on CD and I have it on album.
Yeah. If not
Everything.
a couple of few of them.
Everything.
A few
Okay.
copies.
Okay. All right. So listen, the next one is Jamil's. I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna let him introduce it to you. Hold on. Okay.
So if you guys don't know that song, that is off that is Babyface and Karen White. I think that was that Karen White's album. I think that's yeah. On Karen White's album, Love Saw
Correct.
It. That
Mm-hmm.
one was released in 1988. To me, for one, 19 go back to the early 80s, but I think 87 to 90 gave
Yes.
you kind of a different feel of R&B. It
Mm-hmm.
had your baby faces in there. That's when your Karen Whites were breaking out.
Yes.
Even your Whitneys were really making a name for themselves.
Yeah.
So Love Song, another one, was just like him expressing to her like he's never been in love. He doesn't know how to act it, but he knows
That's
like
right.
being with you,
How it makes him feel.
how it makes him feel.
Okay.
Exactly. And I'm willing to let go and try this thing.
That's
And
right.
that song, you remember that was one of the ones I gave you for your wedding too. When we were trying to pick
Mm-hmm.
out the list, yeah, and I'm like, that's
Mm-hmm.
another one too that you can cruise at PCH and just listen to and just vibe with your windows down, sunset coming, and just have that wind blowing.
But Jamil,
That
isn't it a beautiful song? Isn't it just
it's
a beautiful song
it's
anyway?
gorgeous. It's gorgeous, and I love the way. Like I always like the delivery and the interpretation of how they do it, and then some of their ad libs, like they do a little coo, like all that playing
Mm-hmm.
off of it to me just gives it like this is really that couple singing to each other, and like
Exactly.
I'm letting you know, like boy or girl, this is true.
Right?
you know,
And Babyface is good for doing that. So
yeah,
to me, this was a good mashup, honestly.
yeah,
This was a good one.
it was a wonderful mashup, and I wish they got to do more stuff together. And I miss Karen White. I know she did like a little bit of a comeback in
Yes.
2017.
Yeah, she did. She did.
Yeah, but her presence, she could have stuck around for a little while longer. But I know she wanted to have family and kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's another songstress that goes unrecognized for her greatness and the skill level that she had, because she gave us some phenomenal hits in the 80s and 90s.
Oh, she could sing. She can sing. Trust me, if she
Yeah,
came back
yeah.
now,
We ain't
she can sing. She most definitely has
Yeah,
talent for sure.
and
Okay.
she looks exactly the same.
Yes.
She still look good.
Yes.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
look good, but they say we don't crack. They say
Right.
we don't crack, bro. They know we
And the
don't crack.
secret to not cracking, y'all get that nap, drink that water.
Oh, here you go. If you don't want to crack, go take a nap.
Right.
Okay, Jamil said it. I didn't say
Right.
it. I didn't say it. I'm just putting it together. I didn't say it. He
I'm
said it.
stealing it.
Okay. Okay. All right. Just make sure look it. Make sure you get
Ooh.
credit where the credit's due. Okay.
Right, credit go to
Look
tar.
it. Don't take a nap if you don't want to get cracked
If you
now.
don't want to crack,
Okay.
take your a
Okay.
nap.
You a mess.
I
You are a
am.
mess.
I love every
Okay.
minute
All
of
right.
it.
So you guys, the next one is mine. I'm gonna play a little bit. Everybody gonna know this.
Yeah.
I can't fool myself.
All right. So y'all, that's Luther Vandross, Never Too Much, released in 1981. I was 11 then, and the reason why it was such a big deal for me, Luther was a big deal to me.
Yeah.
Me and my friend, we used to sing Luther on the way to school, on the way home from school. I have every Luther, everything. Luther is the one artist that I know everything of. Very
Mm-hmm.
influential
Mm-hmm.
to me, and this is just me putting it out there. I didn't necessarily care. I didn't necessarily care if he was gay, straight, or whatever. I don't care about any of that. Because
No.
guess what? Me, myself, I love Luther Vandross. Period.
It was, and to me, back in that day, it was really a non-factor with Luther. Like, they
Yes.
would always say stuff about Michael and Prince, but with Luther, that was Luther. Like, you didn't really care.
Listen,
And you didn't even
listen,
realize you
people,
never
listen.
saw him with a date.
Listen, between Luther and Freddie Jackson, we
Yeah.
did not care.
Uh-uh.
We didn't care because we just wanted them to entertain us. We didn't care about that.
We didn't care about that. And we
We
were
didn't care
just
about
like their music speaks for itself. I don't care who you're loving or you sleeping with. But
that.
in the
Exactly.
early '90s, my mom did love Luther, and it was my mission to find him so my mom could marry him.
No,
Boy, I
no,
was.
your mother loved Luther like that.
Oh, she's just like, oh, she loved her some Luther. And what is ironic with this being the Thanksgiving season, I don't know why. Like he always got really heavy play
Yes.
around Thanksgiving and Christmas. Like I don't. It was just natural. But she loved that man. And I was like, I wouldn't mind him being my stepdad. Sure, he got a little money.
Yeah, you was a mess. You know what? You're a mess. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you something.
Mhm.
I miss Luther Vandross so
Yeah,
much. I could just imagine how it would be if he was still here.
yeah,
Those songs to me, they resonate just like if they were yesterday. Just
yeah,
like if they were
yeah.
yesterday.
Luther to me is the
Right?
male Whitney. Like seriously,
Hey,
they are male and female of the same voice. Well, of course,
that's
Luther.
right.
Yeah, they're the
That's
only
right.
one who can sing effortlessly and just do
Yes.
everything,
Everything. Okay?
everything. Yeah.
Everything.
Hmm.
Everything. Okay? All right. Well then guess what? We
What?
on to the next. And I'm gonna play I'm gonna cue it up and you let us know how it go. Okay?
So, Patty,
You had to stop. You had to stop in your tracks. You had to breathe because we're
I
talking about Miss LaBelle.
I
Don't play.
wish I should have sent you the picture to pop up. Patty is my all-time forever favorite singer.
Really?
As a little boy, I loved that woman. Growing every age, I loved Patty LaBelle.
Why? Tell
And
me why.
to me, when she sings, she's very theatrical.
Yes.
She's very, I don't know, she's very just womany and prissy, and
Don't you love how she brings it in? How she
yeah,
listen, it's
and
like
then
Patti LaBelle meets Broadway.
yeah, and then she just that power in that voice was just like
Hmm.
wow. Um, so the reason Somebody Loves You was I was a mama's boy. And I always felt bad with her growing up as a single mom, but she was good. And I remember one time I called 92.3 The Beat and dedicated that to her, so she can hear it on her way home from work that somebody loves her. I was like, oh, but
No.
Patty just always been near and dear to me. So let me tell you the Patty story when I finally got to
Okay,
meet
give
her.
it up. Give it up. Come on. Give it
I was
up.
living in Nashville, and
Ooh, barbecue
right,
time.
yes, and I was the manager of this hotel, right across the street from the Capitol building. It was the
Okay.
Sheraton downtown Nashville hotel, something like that. And I was looking at all the VIP guests coming in. Now, mind you, I knew Patty was coming into town, but I couldn't get tickets because I had to work. Her
Okay.
and Floetry. So I'm looking at all the people arriving, and we had a VIP guest that was going to be in the presidential suite.
Okay.
Now, if you ever worked in hotels, celebrities a lot of times book under fake names. Like when I
Yes.
worked at the Ritz Carlton, Whitney Houston's name was Just In Case. So when
Ooh.
we saw Just In Case was coming, we thought, oh Lord, here we go. Uh, I love you too, Whitney. You always my favorite. But anyway, so I saw Patty LaBelle booked under Patricia Edwards, and I was like, wait a minute. And I ran to the sales office. I'm like, you guys, Patricia Edwards, is this Patty LaBelle, Patricia Edwards? And everybody started laughing. They're like, we tried to keep this from you for the
Mm-hmm.
longest time. I'm like, y'all didn't tell me Patty LaBelle was coming. I was like, oh my God, I need to go home and cook. I need to. I was I was so giddy. I was so giddy. And so her makeup artist for some reason, I don't know why they didn't have a microwave in her suite, but he needed that. But at first, I went up there and I got in cool with him. I'm all good. I'll get in cool with the makeup artist first, and I'll get in good with her. Long
Right.
story short, we have the glass elevator. She's coming down. You see red chinchilla and
Okay.
legs. I'm like, there's Patty. Oh my God. So I'm at work and I'm like, Patty, can I
Okay.
please take a picture with you? I'm like, I'm gonna get fired for this, but
And how what? Okay, so Jamil, tell me how she was. How was she?
sweet. She was like, darling, sure.
That's
So
nice.
she took the picture with me. Now that's when they were at the show. And
Yeah.
then the makeup artist called and said, "Can you get a microwave to a room?" So I ran and got a microwave, spick and span, and put a nice little card, little gift. I put it in her room.
Hmm.
So I come to work the next day. Everyone's like, Patty LaBelle left you a gift in your office. And I'm like, what? Right,
No.
right. I walk in my office. It's this humongous box on my desk. I'm like, what in the hell did Patty LaBelle leave for me?
Come on,
She
Jamil, stop
left
playing.
me this humongous picture of herself on stage and
Do you still
autographed it.
have this
I
thing?
still have it. It's at my mom's in California. She said,
Oh,
To my darling Jamel, thank you for everything. Love, Pay LaBelle. I was like, oh my God. Like, for real? I'm like, my favorite.
you should have had your mama take a picture of that so we could have posted that.
Right.
You know
I
you
didn't even
playing.
think about that.
Ooh, you
Oh my
playing.
God. I was like, oh my God. Out of
You are
all,
playing.
man, that made my century. So that's why I put the Patty Bell. Somebody loves you because Patty Bell, I love you, darling. I love you.
Oh, that's sweet. Okay,
Yeah,
that's a good one.
she's super sweet, super
Ooh,
sweet.
that's a good. Ooh, that's a
I had
good
to
one.
say that story.
That's a good story, Jamil.
Right,
You made me want to go run and get me a patty pie.
right.
You better stop playing. I'm going down to Walmart, go get me a patty pie.
Oh, exactly. It's that time of year. They got them.
Yeah, she's selling them up. Okay.
Right.
All right, Patty. Okay, so listen. The
Mhm.
next song, y'all, is mine. So I'm gonna play a little bit, and you're gonna know when you hear it.
I know that we've been here before.
Okay, everybody. I'm gonna tell you right now, Mary J. Blige, hands down, R&B all day, R&B all
Oh,
day.
man.
We talking about 411. We
Yes,
talking about Reminisce. We talking about My Love, all day long. I
man.
know everything that Mary J. Blige
Don't
has
go.
made. I was around 22. Actually, I just broke up with my children's father. And at this point, I was by myself, moved back home with my mother, and trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? Just trying to get my head together. Because, a lot of people, when you have children with someone
Mm,
and then it doesn't work out, you don't foresee that, and then you
yeah.
start having all these feelings like, okay, I'm a failure. How is this going to work out? Am I ever going
Hmm.
to meet somebody again? I got these kids. What am
Hmm.
I going to do? So it was even though it was a sad time, what I love about Mary is people like to say, oh, Mary J. Blige can't sing. Well, let me tell
Oh,
you something. If she can't sing, she might not. If you feel that she can't sing, you're entitled to feel that. But let me tell you something. If you feel she can't sing, that's okay for you to feel. But let me tell you something. That draw,
mhm.
when this album came out, there's
Man.
no way that we can't say that that didn't resonate with everybody. So I'm
Exactly.
sorry.
That
It did.
album, that song right there, because we had this cable. They used to call it 6 o'clock cable in Riverside, California.
Hmm.
And we wouldn't get BET until 6 at night, and then it would go off at
Okay.
6 in the morning. So all my
Okay.
other friends had the cable. BET was on all day. And so
Yes.
when Real Love came out, my friend, I was on the phone with her all the time. She'd be dancing and popping to it in the background. I didn't know who Mary J. Blige was. So then finally, Reminisce came on. I was like, who is this chick?
Right.
Right,
Right.
right. She
Right.
she came with the hairdos, the style. She just
Yes.
changed the game.
And
Right.
please know this, because this is gonna tie into Diddy. Sorry, y'all. Okay, but we got to
Mhm.
give credit to where it's due. The
Yeah.
reason why Mary J. Blige had that style, because of Diddy's first baby mom, which is Misa. Misa
Mm-hmm.
is the one that made that Mary J style, that whole with the hat tilt back and all that. So
Mm-hmm.
that was actually Misa, who is the first baby mom of Diddy. She's
Yeah,
the one that made that style for Mary J. Blige. And honestly, once she did that for Mary J. Blige,
that
Misa
was
ended
it.
up doing that for everybody. But I am going to tell you, to this day, Misa and Mary J. Blige,
Yeah,
they like
yeah.
that.
And she brought
Okay.
her with that blonde too.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Come on. That blonde with that hat tilted back. And it wasn't even a hat
Black
tilted
girls
back.
wasn't rocking blonde like that.
It wasn't black and blonde. And guess
Mm.
what? The hat and them hats
Yeah,
didn't even have it didn't even have like a bill. They
yeah.
was
It was
just
just like a
backward
cat.
hats.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right,
She
Jamil,
was
you know, we're
Lisa's
taking them
dope.
back.
Man,
Okay.
y'all
Because if you
getting
don't know about
schooled
the
today.
90s, we're taking you back. Okay.
Magical. The 90s were absolutely magical.
Always. All these songs. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, boo. This
All
next
righty.
one is you, darling. The next one is you all day.
Every time I close my eyes.
There you go.
So that song is Jodeci from the show The
Yeah.
After Party and the Hotel, and it's Freaking You. Came out in 1995.
Mhm.
So the reason why I chose that song,
Keep it clean. Keep it clean.
it's gonna be
Family
clean.
show. Keep it
It's gonna
clean.
be clean. For one, old girl walking down that hallway in that little dress and them
Mm-hmm.
heels. I don't care what nobody say. She was fly as I don't know what. Like she was
Right?
sexy in that little dress, and it was just slinking.
Yes.
That and then growing up, I was always like the ugly kid, and made fun of. And around that time, I kind of started to blossom,
Yes.
and I was kind of like feeling myself. I got my driver's license, and I was starting to get my little gear up, had my little job, my first job,
Mhm.
and so that was like just one of them little songs. I remember driving my mom's car, acting like I'm styling.
You a mess.
But hitting it in the Toyota minivan, talking about some
You a
freaky.
mess.
But that's
Ain't nothing
all.
wrong
It
with that.
just
A car is a
right.
car.
A car is a car, and
A car is
everybody
a
was.
car.
They called it the Jamil Mobile, and they all was piled up in that sucker too.
Right?
So I was the only one with a license. But that song just reminded me of like when I was finally blossoming, kind of going out to the little teen clubs or whatever, and starting to get my wings, and starting to fly and kind of feel like I was grown, even though I wasn't.
You stupid. I ain't messing with you. You stupid. But
Right.
I love freaking you, but I love it
Yeah.
for so many different reasons that I cannot talk about it on here because this is a family show.
And those are
But
other
I'm
reasons why too. But we didn't
yeah,
talk about that.
keep it
That's the
no,
reason why I
I'm
chose.
okay. Look, I'm gonna keep it a bean. I'm gonna be quiet. Okay? Because the title is the title. It is what it
What
is.
it is.
Okay, now
What is TIL.
this next one, everybody out there gonna love. Everybody out there. And this is Jamil's pick. So you guys
Yeah.
give the love to Jamil because this is his pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
First of all, one of the
First of
most
all.
phenomenal game-changing albums in the 90s. Like
Mhm.
if it wasn't for Aaliyah, there wouldn't be no Beyonce. I don't care what nobody say. She set the bar to a
Look.
new standard. Right. They were right.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is.
She like at the time you had Brandy and Monica and stuff, but
Yes.
Aaliyah was in her own lane. There's only
Personally,
two
yes.
artists that I remember the moment when I first heard a specific song, and Aaliyah, that song I remember we were coming from Colton to Riverside, and I'm driving my friend's mom's car, and they were asleep, and I hear this music playing. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, who is this? That like that drum beat, that skipping the beat. And I remember just bumping it. No one in the car woke up, which I was glad. Because I was hitting it, coasting. I was like, I gotta find this song. And we didn't have Shazam then. So if the radio host didn't say who the song was at the end of the song, you was out of luck.
You didn't know.
You didn't know. Unless it was just a real distinct voice. And by then, from her first album to that second album, she had kind of switched up her style. She got with Timberland and Missy. and
Yes.
they all came in and changed the
Just,
game. That
just elevated her even more.
they elevated her to a level where I don't think anybody was expecting and prepared for it. She came out with a whole new look. She
Right.
was sexy, but she was still youthful, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and then just the way they had those beats going and along with her melodies, I was like, what the who in the hell? That album probably is oh gosh, that probably would be my favorite whole album
Mm-hmm.
that I listened to next to Maxwell's first one and Erica Badu's first one. Those are like three albums, especially they came out around the same time. I would listen from front to back. But that Aaliyah album, it was just phenomenal. It was a new sound and it was a new feeling, where you're just like, I really like, I don't care who you are, you had to like that song. You had to, you know.
And you know what's funny about her? What's
Mhm.
funny about her is, isn't it like interesting that she happens to be an artist that everybody resonates with.
Yeah,
I don't hear
yeah,
anybody say anything bad
no,
about Aaliyah,
mm-mm.
and that just speaks about her. Because
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with you, there's certain people that are out today,
hmm,
and there's just those ones that are really elevated, those ones that everybody looks and they go, "Wow, she was just wonderful." And Aaliyah just happens to be a person that I don't know anybody whose heart she didn't touch.
yeah. I was
I
heartbroken.
don't know. I don't know anyone. I don't know
Yeah,
anyone, Jamil. You
yeah.
let me know. I don't know anyone that she didn't resonate with.
You
Not
never heard
anyone.
her being nasty to anyone in public. She was always a sweetheart. Um,
Yes.
whenever, like, even people I know in the industry, and just being in LA, everybody knows somebody in the industry.
Hmm.
But everyone that I know that worked with her said she always came to work ready to work. She
Hmm.
never had a diva moment.
She was
Um,
always nice,
she always
always nice,
nice.
always friendly to everyone.
Let me know where you need me, and I'll be there.
Yes.
You know, and that.
Let me know. Girl,
uh,
oh, yeah.
what the funny thing is, she died 6 months before my grandmother, and Rock the Boat came out after she
Oh,
died, and that was the last song that my grandmother loved before she died.
really?
Really? So Aaliyah is special. If you're having
If your
77,
grandmother love her,
right?
if your grandmother love you,
My
okay?
grandmother was rocking the
And
boat
that's
on
not her
the
era, okay?
yeah, yeah. So I mean that says something to who Aaliyah was and to her character. Just total sweetheart, total angel, fierce though. Like when she would get on the stage, and that's what I like about performance. When you get on the stage, I just want you to lose it. That's what I resonate with Beyonce. We'll get to her one day. But get
Yeah,
on the stage, lose it, perform, give me your
that's right.
best, and make me believe you are living every moment of these songs that you're singing.
That's
And
right. That's
they
right. Because
that
that's the
got
only way
there
you're
and
gonna
did.
get me to spin,
That's it. That's it.
right?
Right. I ain't come to see
I
you for
just
you to
feel
stand
like
there.
with Aaliyah, with her,
Hmm.
I don't know what it was with her, but
Hmm.
even now to this day, we still mourn her.
We
We
do.
still mourn her.
Like even just bringing it up, and you have that little in your chest. You know what I mean? Like
Yes,
wow. I don't ever think it's really been closure from what happened, and it's so many things that has speculated. One of the last things I have heard, before I get to that, yeah, one of the things I did hear was like someone had gave her like a Xanax or something before she got on a plane, so she
mm,
probably didn't even know what happened. And they said she was knocked out, and they basically had to carry her and put her on the plane. Doesn't make it any better.
no, it doesn't. No, it
You
doesn't.
know,
It doesn't. It doesn't.
but you kind of hope like going that way wasn't painful.
Yeah.
you,
But
you
guess
know,
what? We lost somebody who was wonderful. And the
wonderful.
best thing about it is even though she's not here, her
Yeah,
legacy will always be here. Her
yeah,
music is here. Okay.
yes. And I'm glad they put it back on Apple Music, or they put it on.
Yes. Yes. Because I'm going to tell you, I went ahead and I bought. I have this album. I
Mm-hmm.
have the 1 in a Million album,
Mm-hmm.
and I know some people are gonna trip, but I still do want Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. I want
Yeah.
that whole album. I
Yeah.
understand that R. Kelly's connected to it, but I do have to give R. Kelly his just due
Yeah.
because the songs are what they are. They are
Yeah.
what they are
Mm-hmm.
and because of him. So we might not like the things that he did,
Hold on.
but I do. Oh, are you there? Don't worry, you
Yeah,
coming
I'm here.
back. That's
Okay.
gonna come back. But I love the songs. I love the songs, and I still love what he did to him. It's unfortunate
Yeah.
with him, but I know how to
He was a
respect his
musical
gift.
genius, you know what I mean? And
Yes,
you can separate the two. You can like someone's music and you can like their artistry.
that's
Um,
right.
but what he did in his personal life, we'll talk about it later day.
We sure
Because
will. We will. We will. We
I
will.
don't.
We
It's
will.
kind of the same thing going on with Diddy. Like your parents and stuff are so money hungry and want their kids to make it that you're gonna drop your kid off with, and well, with in R. Kelly, an accused and convicted predator, without having parental supervision. Because there's no way I would
Correct.
let my 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old daughter be at some grown man's house and I'm not sitting
Yes,
there with you.
exactly. And I don't care if it's R. Kelly, and
I
I
don't care
don't
who
care
you
if
are.
it's Diddy.
I don't care who you are. If you don't
I don't
get the
care who
deal
you are.
because I'm sitting here, then that ain't what God had planned for you.
That's right. That's right. So
I'm
I'm with you on
sorry.
that. I agree
Right.
on that.
Mm-mm.
I agree on that.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. This next one is mine. Okay, and I have special connections to it. We'll talk about it.
Can I go on?
Now, this one is the Isley Brothers. Go for Your Guns. That was released in 1977, and that is Voyage to Atlantis. Now, the reason why I like that song because that song reminds me of my daddy. My
Mm-hmm.
daddy was from Alabama, old school player. Okay, old school. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
got 4 daughters
Right.
with 4 baby mamas. Okay, so I believe that this song came in some
Right.
type of way. This song right here, or this album right here, is most definitely for the grown and sexy.
Yeah.
It's for the grown and
Yeah.
sexy. The
Isley
only way
period.
you gonna know the Isleys, unless you sit down, you play it, and you appreciate it for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
They to me are they're an Anita Baker, but men, but a
Yeah.
couple of them.
Yeah.
Very melodic, talking about love, tell you how to love somebody, how to do it, where to do it. Listen, the Isley Brothers to me, they were everything. They still are. They're still out
Mm-hmm.
here performing. They're still making music, and honestly, still look good.
How does Ron Isley finally look half decent after all these years? I
Crack,
digress.
don't crack, cause it don't
He
crack.
got that little shave, got the little beard and stuff. I was like, "Are you sure that's Uncle B?"
He looks
And
nice.
he looks,
He
he
looks
looks, he
nice.
looks really nice. He looks very dapper. I have to, you know what I mean. He always look a little Mr. Potato Head to me, but now,
I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead.
but I have to. I was like, oh, okay, brother Isley, you giving us dapper now. You really giving us dapper. I ain't mad at you. You
No,
know.
he looks
I mean, he was
good.
always smooth though. He was always a
He
smooth
looks
cat.
very, very good,
Yeah,
don't he?
yeah,
He
he
looks
does. I need to
good.
find out who his dermatologist is, because
Oh, oh God, here you go. Okay, all right. Don't let him get to telling you that you need to go down the altar.
right.
Okay, don't trip. Don't play. If he tell you you need to go down the altar,
Just let me know what
okay,
I need to do to wash it off. At
okay,
the end of the
do
day, I
not
don't want it on
play.
my pillow.
You are a mess.
Hot
All right. So now this is the last but not least.
man.
All you got to do is
Okay. Now, folks, I had to put Michael Jackson in.
We
I
had
know you're
to.
gonna try to tell me that he's not R&B, but I'm gonna tell you, he is the king of pop with R&B tendencies.
He was
Okay.
R&B before pop. How about that?
Listen, okay, between Butterfly,
Right,
okay, between Baby Be Mine,
right,
between Liberian Girl, between
man,
Rock With You, okay,
man.
those are R&B.
Okay, so Tara, before I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, no, you didn't cut me off. Come on.
Did you remember going to Disneyland back in the 80s and going to see Captain EO?
Yes.
I remember when we first saw Captain EO, and everybody's not privy
Mhm.
to Captain EO. And if you
We're
guys,
not.
you have to see Captain EO in 3D. I'm sorry, there's no other way
Mhm.
to see it but in 3D.
That's
Um,
right.
and I remember me, my mom, and me, my brother, and my aunt were walking. That was all the family. But I said, if he puts any song from Captain EO on his new album, it's gonna be bad. And then when he came out with that album named Bad, I was like, I named that album.
Listen, listen.
that
Michael Jackson
that
is the
Bad
man.
album was awesome.
Okay. Michael Jackson is the
Yeah,
man.
the
Okay.
man.
I have to
Yeah.
be honest with you. I like Bad,
Hmm.
but I'm gonna be honest with you. My favorite one, my
Hmm.
favorite,
Hmm.
off the wall. Off the
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah.
Because you can play off the wall from the beginning to the end. You can listen to everything. Everything off the wall you can
And
listen to.
and they got that
It's
little
just,
funk to it too. With him,
mhm.
their guitars as the brothers, and then that Quincy Jones little vibe started getting
Put
into
that
there.
stank on it. You can put that stank on it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But we didn't veer it all the way off of butterflies.
That's okay.
But I mean, just Michael. I don't think King of Pop is limiting to him.
Yes.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
more than that. He was the king of music for a while.
Yeah, because to me he was a lot of things, but I wanted to make sure that people understood that when we talked about R&B, I have
Hmm.
to bring him in there because
Yeah,
those songs, those are R&B songs.
yeah, yeah.
Those are really R&B
Butterflies,
songs.
and everybody like that album. Y'all was feeling that out. Everybody was feeling that album when it came out. We were so happy to have
Yes,
another Michael album, and then something that was on a. He had his newer school Michael vibe, but then he kind of went old school with him, and I think that's where like Butterflies come in and Heaven Can Wait,
exactly.
and yeah, all those songs in there. Then what I liked about Michael is he would always find new artists, and like Floyd Tree were the ones who helped him write
Yes.
Butterfly and got him. And you can hear Marsha Ambrosius singing in the
Yeah,
background.
but a lot of
Yeah.
people didn't know that. A lot
No,
of people didn't know that.
no. And she gave it flavor too. And Michael is a good mimicker, and he mimicked a lot of her little thing, that she
Mhm.
has in her vibratos that she has in her voice. And Michael's like, I can do that.
To me, Michael was smart
Yeah,
because he was a good collaborator.
yeah,
He
he
knew
was.
who to pull in to
Yeah,
make him look even more better. And
yeah.
also, too, I also love that Michael used to like to share his talent. I liked
Hmm.
it that like how he helped SWV.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Okay. And he also helped, what is that young man's name? What is his name? Rockwell.
Yeah, Barry Gordy's son.
Remember?
Yeah,
Remember
yeah. He's
Rockwell?
saying background for that. Yep.
Yes, yes.
But
So
see,
a lot
and
of
that
people they need to give Michael his just due.
they would, and a lot of people don't know Michael and Whitney would do it too. She would haul off a beyond background in somebody's song, and
Right.
you think, oh, they're at this caliber, but they always showed you that I don't care how big I am, I'm not too big to do this and make this
That's
about
right.
the music and the art.
That's right. I'm not too big to collab because we should be collabing. Okay.
Right,
We should be
right.
helping each other. Look at that's why we doing what we doing
That's what we're
right
doing. Who you telling?
now. Okay.
Millie
That's why we
Mill
doing
and WOPA. Come on now.
that.
We bringing it,
Okay.
y'all. Y'all know we
Whoa.
are.
WOPA. Hey,
And,
hey. All
and,
right. All right. All
and
right. Give me a look at. All right.
Millie
Okay. I
Mill
like that.
today with WOPA.
WOPA. Oh, I need me some cheerleaders. Okay.
Right.
I better give me a sorority. You better stop playing. Listen, friend,
Exactly.
I just love you so much.
I love
I
you
am so
too.
glad that we did this. Now we're gonna have to do this again, but we're gonna have to do this on your platform.
Exactly. Oh, definitely. Definitely. You coming on
Okay.
my show. Y'all coming
Okay,
on
great, great, great.
definitely.
We're gonna have to do
We're
this
gonna
again.
do another list of R&B songs. I like the
Okay.
fact that we can tell what the song meant to us and give that artist their just due. Because a lot of them
Yes,
we don't get to give them their just due. We
yes.
listen to the song, everybody know that's my jam, and that's it.
Hmm. And
So
guess what? And we got time. We got time. We can do it. We
Yeah,
can do it. We have
we
lots of them that we can do. So that'll be great. I think that'll be
definitely,
wonderful.
definitely.
Okay, so now Jamil, listen. I'm putting you up here on the screen. Okay.
Yes.
I got your information up on the screen. Now
So
tell everybody, tell everybody where you at, boo.
if you guys want to catch the Keeping It Real with Millie Mill show, go to YouTube at Xavier LaRue ENT. You see Xavier, you see LaRue, just take out the rest of the entertainment and put the ENT. You guys can watch the show drops every Sunday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Also, we want to start doing more stuff in the community. So if you guys have something going on, we want to give you guys a highlight and showcase what you guys are doing in your own community. If you guys have any suggestions for the show, any ideas, email me at xleentlc@gmail.com.
Awesome. Awesome. Oh my God. Friend. I am
Yes.
so glad
I,
that we did this. I
this has
really
been so much
appreciate
fun.
you. I appreciate you for coming by and
Thank
doing
you
this.
for
Okay.
having me.
And guess what? We about to do this again. We're
We
gonna do
doing
this
this
again. I
again.
want us to do it very, very soon.
Yes.
Okay, get our collab
Yes.
on. And
Yes.
whether it's music or
Or
maybe
another subject.
we might have some topics, because
You
there's a lot of things going on in our community we might need to talk about.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things I know you and I are passionate about that we may need to discuss it and bring it to the
Mm,
forefront. So,
mm.
we wanted to bring it to you guys lighthearted today, but we're never too big to go deep. You feel me?
That's right. That's right. So
So we'll
we
go
plan to do that for real.
definitely,
Okay?
definitely. So
We plan to do that for real.
I'm just
All right.
excited
So
that we
folks,
got to
listen.
finally get together and do the show. It's been wonderful. I've had so much fun.
I know, and we're gonna do it again.
Yeah,
I'm like excited about it.
me
Okay.
too. Me
So,
too. I hope y'all
so
tuned in.
listen, y'all, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Okay. All right. Thank you
Yes.
for joining WOPA. Okay. And at
Yes.
Xavier LaRue Entertainment, keeping it real
With
with
Millie
Millie Mill.
Mill.
Okay. We appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. And guess
Thank
what?
you.
Peace.
Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.